Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope you are all doing well. So, on today's episode, we are going to be taking a listen to some women break down their dating lives and how they go about dating in 2022. So, let's take a listen. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
In my opinion, there's several reasons why, as a single woman who is choosing to give your divine feminine energy to crusty men because you're dating, you have to have a roster, and here's why. If you're focusing all your energy on one man because you're a one-man kind of woman and that's what you want, but you guys are just talking, he hasn't committed to you, you're going to let that little bitch get away with more than he should because you have nothing to compare it to, and you're focusing your energy on him, so you're more likely to excuse behavior. But
maybe the problem is that you're dating men without commitment. There used to be a time, guys, when you would go out there and you would have a committed relationship before you jumped into bed with one another. But a lot of these women want to do it the other way around. They want to go out there, see a whole bunch of dudes, and then hope that the guy that they really want is going to commit to them. It will never happen.
But for me personally, if I have several men who I'm giving attention to who are giving me attention, when one of them starts to act up, it becomes a lot more obvious because I'm like, I don't have to fuck with you. I've got multiple men vying for my attention, vying to take me out. So if you're not going to act right, I'm not going to talk to you.
I love how she mentions this as though it's some sort of flex. Just because you have multiple men who want to hang out with you doesn't mean that they want a relationship with you. It doesn't mean that they care about you. It doesn't mean that they see anything long-term with you at all. Girls need to stop treating it as though getting attention from men is some sort of flex. There are literally animated characters of women, like mine, guys, like this little vampire guy you see here. There are little, characters on the internet of women that get thousands of viewers live on Twitch because of thirsty simps. Okay? You don't need to do anything as a woman to get attention from men other than take a bath and not eat too much McDonald's. It really is not that difficult. It's not some sort of flex, okay? Your power, your quote-unquote divine femininity, as it were, your power as a woman comes from selecting the right guy, not having 7 at the same damn time.
Also, it's a lot easier, in my opinion, to not catch feelings and pick favorites when you're talking to multiple men. So it's not until like 3rd, 4th date that you can decide, okay, I'm just going to focus on this guy because it appears that he has potential to be committed to me. And just FYI, my preference is to have 4 men on the roster at all times.
So this woman is advocating to have 4 men at the same time. And I love at the end here, guys, she says something about, wanting men to take you out on 3 to 4 dates before you know if anything's serious or whatever. Let me tell you something. Men are waking up in the year 2022. They're not interested in taking you out on 4 dates. I love it when I come across these women, guys. I mentioned this in some previous episodes. They'll say things like, man, I want to date older guys because they're more mature. And then the older guys are just complete and utter players. That's because a lot of men are picking up on it. They're saying, you know what? What is the point of taking women out on these dates when, number 1, they're dating 3 other guys, as per this woman's advice right here, and number 2, the guys who she's really attracted to do not need to do that. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video. And guys, on today's episode, we've got something a little bit unique here for you today. We've got a couple of clips that I wanted to show you. Now, if you guys are unaware, there's a thing that Spotify does where it's called like the Spotify Wrapped, where it gives you, kind of breaks down what you've been listening to and stuff like that. It's actually become a TikTok trend. Let me see if I can move this here, where women are showing their dating lives, like their dating wrapped in a particular year. So basically they're sharing their dating L's here, and we're going to be taking a bit of a listen as to what they have to say. So let's jump in, guys. As always, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
So welcome to my 2022 dating wrapped. If there's one thing about me, I love a PowerPoint and apparently a first date because I went on 18 this year. Where did I meet these men? I met one in the wild. We kissed at a bar on New Year's Eve, and things really went downhill from there. Tinder and Hinge split pretty evenly. One from Facebook dating. I 1000% would not recommend that. I would rather ask my father to buy me lingerie than to get back on Facebook dating.
Okay, so listen, this woman went on 18 dates. I'm going to pull this down better so you can see her face here. She went on 18 first dates, and the majority of them she met online. This is why people come and say, hey, look, if you're a dude and you're wanting to go out there and you're wanting to choose to date, right? You have to be a good-looking guy. That means you have to hit the gym if you're interested, because these women are not judging you on your personality or how much morals and character you have. Guys, women don't judge you based on these things, especially on dating applications when they're looking for a guy to hook up with. They really don't care. They look at you, they see how attractive you are, and they decide very quickly whether or not they're interested in you or not. I always laugh when people say things like, man, you've got to make a woman laugh. This woman literally went on 18 first dates, the majority of which were from dating applications, right? Absolutely ridiculous, man.
How many dates did we go on? Most of these men only made it 1 or 2. Very few made it past to the 3rd date, and the high score was 6 dates. What did we do? A lot of dinner, drinks, walks. This other category includes smoothies, ice cream, acai bowls, and Target. Who ended things? Me, about half of the time. A few times mutual, and sometimes him. I cried over 2 of these men, which coincidentally is the same number of parking tickets I got while on dates. This is the amount of money I spent on dates. I wish I had not calculated this number. What could I have done with this money? Literally anything else would have been better. Have I learned anything here? Probably not.
No, you absolutely have not. Let me pull back this number here. I'm proud of you guys, okay? I'm proud of the men who stick by this equality generation that we have found ourselves in here, okay? If you want to go out here as a lady and you want to date, and I use the word lady loosely, if you want to date 18 men, okay, you better pay your half, okay? Like, I love how men, right, because a lot of girls will get frustrated at this and they'll see like, oh, wow, you paid for your half of their date here and there. That's absolutely crazy. Yeah, that's what equality is all about. I love how men are expected to stick to traditional gender roles. Like, we're still expected to pay for crap, okay? But, you know, girls can go out here and date 18 men or run through them in a year, which is just absolutely astounding. I would also argue, guys, before we jump into the next clip here, I would argue that a lot of these statistics are actually not correct. I probably think that, yeah, she might have went on 18 first dates. Maybe she met up with more guys, okay? Maybe she hooked up with dudes, but she didn't count them as dates. So just when she says these numbers, guys, I would encourage you to perhaps think a little bit worse about it, because the odds are that things are worse than they seem. Let's jump into this next one here, and she's got her laptop here pulled up, ready to go. Let me just resize this, and we'll jump into the video. Come on, man.
I saw a bunch of girls doing this, so I thought it would be fun to hop on the bandwagon and relive my dating trauma. Welcome to Sam's 2022 Dating Wrapped. Bring on the trauma.
I love how girls will go through, you know, quote-unquote relationships that they don't even have, and then label it as traumatic, or they'll say that they have trauma as a result, or PTSD. You don't have PTSD. Okay, it's such an insult when I hear girls say stuff like this, and there are dudes who have gone out here and literally fought in wars to defend their country, okay? And girls are literally sitting here in their pretty little laptop thing saying that they're traumatized because, you know, Chad didn't want to commit to her for a long-term relationship. Astounding stuff.
I went on 31 first dates, and if you think that's a lot, there is more. This does not include one catfish encounter. That's right, I spent 3 days talking to someone pretending to be a Polish influencer. I also ended up on the Today Show because of it.
Didn't ask.
How many times did I delete and re-download Bumble? The answer is 7.
Okay, so the majority of this woman's dates are basically coming from online dating, right? This is very interesting to note, guys, because, like, this is where dating is headed. People aren't meeting in real life anymore. Right? The days of like girls meeting and going to bars and coffee shops and things like that, yeah, it does happen. But a lot of these girls, when they're looking for a dude to quote unquote hang out with, right, or go through the quote unquote talking phase with, they're going to find these men on Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, and things like these. Okay, and again, girls are not judging you on these applications based on your personality. This is something that women say to men, and they're completely lying. Like, oh, yeah, I want a guy who's nice, I want a guy who's caring, and then you look at her dating history, and she's dating the dudes who are not nice, who are not caring, and it's not that they aren't these things, it's just that the men are typically apathetic towards these women.
27 of these guys I met through Bumble. 4 of them were unicorns we met in real life. 1 of them was an Instagram slide-in. Where did we meet? 21 of them were at bars or places we could drink. 2 of them were coffee. 4 of them were meals. Lunch, brunch, dinner. 1 of them was an ice cream date. I liked this one. More of that in 2023. 3 of them were miscellaneous.
Man, I love these videos, right? Because they really show just like it's basically just women telling on themselves. Can you guys imagine being a father in this generation, okay? And you find out that your daughter in the year 2022 went on, and I'm only going to count this part right here, 21 dates with random dudes to get drinks at nighttime, assumedly, right? Like, how amazing is that? This woman has met up with 21 random men to get intoxicated with. Isn't that just astounding to think about, guys? Like, as a father, if you were looking at this, you would be like, you would have a real sit down and serious discussion with your daughter about what the hell she's doing with her life. Okay? If you want to meet dudes for hookups, that's like fine, whatever. Like, terrible, absolutely stupid decision. But don't pretend like this is dating. You know, like you're looking for love or anything like this. If you're just looking for dudes to have some fun with, just say that. This isn't dating. You're just going out, you're hooking up with random dudes and meeting them for things. It's ridiculous.
Other miscellaneous, one of them was a hike. I live in New York, and getting to anywhere you can hike, you have to take a car or take a train. I got into a stranger's car, and I wasn't sure if I was going to make it back alive.
Yeah, but you'll perfectly, happily just meet up with a random dude at a bar, right? Yeah, okay.
I did. I dated a wide variety of careers. I myself am a social media manager.
Let's keep going.
I dated 2 of them. Would not recommend. Too much social media. 2 of them were government agents. I will not elaborate further. One of them was a pro gamer. That was pretty interesting. One of them was a pastor. Also very interesting. One of them was a firefighter, and that's interesting to me because I really like firefighters, and I'm not sure why I'm not dating more. How long did they last? 21 of them only made it to the first date. 6 of them made it to the second, 3 of them made it to the third, and only 1 of them made it past the 5th date.
I love how they say, like, you know, the men only made it this far. And this is why dudes are just, like, absolutely done with dating, is because girls will treat it as though it's somehow, you know, the guy is lucky to meet up with them, right? He's the one qualifying for a position with her. Like, dudes' time is just absolutely stomped on and not cared about. Like, dudes are treated as totally expendable, and you can hear it in the way that she presents this video. You know, oh, only this many guys made it to second date, only this many guys made it to the third date. It's kind of like, why would dudes come out and spend time and money on you when you're treating it as though he's just another guy that has to jump through hoops for you?
Why did it end? 20 of them were because of me. 6 of them were because of the guy. 2 of them ghosted me. 4 of them were mutual. And by mutual, I mean we ghosted each other. Why did I end it? 6 of them gave me the ick. 4 of them were from different countries or cities. 6 of them liked me too much, and I know that sounds pretentious, but it is what it is.
Yeah, no, I believe you. I believe that men, like, here's the thing, even if you're a terrible human being as a woman, dudes are still going to get attached to you anyway, because a lot of guys have no options, or a lot of guys are complete and utter simps, which is, you know, absolutely terrible. I draw your attention, guys, to this portion right here. Look at this. So 6 of the guys, apparently, and again, we're only basing it off of what she says, she cuts off here because she has the quote-unquote ick, i.e. she wasn't attracted to them. I think that we as guys, we need to start developing more of the ick ourselves. You know, if a girl doesn't do something, hey, she's out. Okay, if a girl says something weird, hey, she's out. Right? This is something that girls will say, like, oh, you know, a guy's left earlobe is too long. I've got the ick. I don't want to see him anymore. It's ridiculous. Like, because girls have such a stupid amount of options, girls will disqualify dudes for literally anything in the year 2022. Like, absolutely anything. You have to drive too long to work, okay? You don't message her enough, blah, blah, blah. The list will go on. You don't like puppies, okay? Ridiculous.
2 of them, we had nothing in common. 2 of them, I'm unsure why I ended it. More on that later. How many did I cry over? The answer is 1. And here's the kicker, we didn't even date this year. That leads me to my current status. Fellas, she is single. And the DMs, they are wide open. My handle on Instagram is Sam's are back.
Okay, buddy. We're not doing this self-promo crap here. Yeah, so this woman has been on a ridiculous amount of dates, and I shouldn't even say self-promo. You know what's funny about these videos, guys, is you would think that these would only have 10 views or whatever. This video has 474 1,000 likes on it. So this woman's video technically actually just totally eclipses my channel in terms of views and things like that here on TikTok. So if anything, she's the one promoting me. But like, guys, these videos, like, there's just a series of them where girls are telling on themselves. I believe they're called like hashtag dating wrapped. Absolutely terrible stuff. I think that, you know, being a father in this generation, man, must be one of the most embarrassing things you could possibly do, because these girls are absolutely clueless. Now, guys, let's jump into one final little bit of a Reddit story. In fact, it's a Reddit Q&A thread that I wanted to pull up for you guys to kind of show you the attitude that a lot of women have towards men in nowadays. So this is, once again, this is pulled from the female dating strategy back when it was active as a subreddit. And this is titled, this is an open Q&A thread for men. Of what use is a man to a woman? Males, come justify your existence to female dating strategy in the comments. The floor is yours. And this has the flare on it. I believe these are called saying message for lurkers. And it says rules. You only get one shot to answer. Any comments outside of your original thread will be deleted. We will not ban you for commenting on this thread only unless you are the A word. So if you guys didn't know, with this particular subreddit, which is quite big actually, or at least it was before they moved over to their own website, you can't comment here if you're a man, by the way. Like, you're just not allowed to, which is hilarious. So here we've got a user who says deleted, who's deleted, and this is a woman who says this, and she says, women don't need men. We choose to be with men that treat us with respect and kindness. That's why it's upsetting to see such entitlement from men, I think. Guys who treat women as individuals with respect should have no problem with dating. We just want to weed out the duds that objectify and feel entitled to the women around them. If you're a decent guy, female dating strategies is in your favor. Yeah, guys, because I'm sure the location that doesn't allow men to speak and says that men should justify their existence in a single thread only is for sure, you know, out here helping men. But guys, I love this sentence right here. We choose to be with men that treat us with respect and kindness. This is a complete and utter lie. It absolutely is. If you guys take a look at women's dating history, they will sit there and they will complain about the dudes that they previously dated who never treated them with respect and never treated them with kindness. Why were you with them in the first place? Absolutely no idea. But let's jump into this first answer from a dude. And I'm going to have to flame this dude right here because, like, why on earth you would reply to this particular subreddit, I have no idea. He's basically a simp. And he says, for the record, I'm dating and I'm madly in love with someone who posts here. Sorry to hear that, brother. I'm sure that worked out well for you. It's due to her that I discovered this subreddit and have gained so much insight. I read female dating strategy weekly for better perspective. It's really opened up my eyes. If you want to be a better man and a romantic partner, you need to know the female side. The problem is a lot of guys know the female side now, and that's why they come to the conclusions that they do. You know, like, girls can sit here and say that they date dudes who treat them with respect and kindness. I don't think that squares up with going on 31 first dates and meeting up with a bunch of random guys. Like, yeah, how much respect and kindness did he really have to show when she's judging him based on how attractive he is in his photos? He says, as a guy, I can travel most places without fear of certain things that I can't mention here on YouTube. This is the world that we live in. A woman has to live every single day of her life with caution. Even worse, if she has kids to feed and protect. Not saying bad stuff doesn't happen to men. I'm always confused at this particular thing, guys. Like, isn't it bared out in statistics that men are actually more likely to be harmed, particularly insofar as like random violence and things like these? And also, if she has kids to feed and protect, where exactly is the father figure? If the father figure is not around, she's either one, removed him, or two, chosen a guy who is not a good father. In any case, take some damn accountability. What value do I have to provide to the ones that I love? I listen. This guy is so well trained, for lack of a better word. I take time to self-reflect and consider what she's saying. I'm honest with myself and her, that I'm not always right. I want to learn and constantly improve in all aspects of my life, a partnership which consists of respect and complementing each other's lives. I encourage her to get better and stronger. When she is motivated and shining bright, it drives me to do the same. I wonder if this is the kind of guy... I wonder if this guy, like, just encourages her to wear whatever she wants and post whatever she wants on Instagram. I'm sure that'll work out great. I try my best to be a good man to her and a positive role model to her lovely kids. Yeah, so this guy's dating a single mother. I try my best to be a good man to her and a positive role model to her lovely kids. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. One of my favorite things is to make her laugh and be a safe haven she can come to. I love talking to her and learning about her day and her insight. She challenges me to grow and is one of my best friends, to say the least. How do I work this website? Can I just downvote this? Fantastic. Oh my goodness, it doesn't. And whatever. Oh, it's probably because I'm a male, right? Is that why it's not letting me downvote? Because I'm a male? Anyway. Guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, guys, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments. What do you guys think about the dating strategy that women are applying these days? Do you think that they are for the streets or not? Let us know in the comments. If you disagree with anything I've said, guys, feel free to drop a comment about it. That is what the box is for. I do not delete any comments here on this channel. You can comment if you are one of the 3.5 women who watch this channel. And otherwise, guys, make sure that you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.